Hi, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, as we're going through Leviticus, and we're doing chapter 17 right now, we talked about yesterday bringing the sacrifices to the tabernacle. Don't do just willy-nilly whatever you want to do with the sacrifices. It needed to be brought to the tabernacle and to be sacrificed in the prescribed way God had intended. And so today we're talking about the blood. Same type of thing. The blood is to be honored, okay? And the blood is powerful. And it wasn't to be treated lightly and weakened, okay? So let's read here today. This is taken from Leviticus chapter 17, verses 10 through 16 here. Okay, it says this. I will set my face against any Israelite or foreigner residing among them who eats blood. I will cut them off from the people. Okay, very serious here. Don't be eating the blood. You know, when you butcher an animal, don't leave all the blood in it and, you know, have a bloody mess of your meat. For the life of the creature is in the blood, and I've given it to you to make atonement for yourselves on the altar. It is the blood that makes the atonement for one's life. Okay, let me reread verse 11, like the key verse here. For the life of a creature is in the blood, and I have given it to you to make atonement for yourselves on the altar. It is the blood that makes atonement for one's life. Okay? The blood is the life of your body. When you lose your blood, let's say you're shot and all your blood is draining out, that's where you're dying because you lost your blood. Okay? The blood has life in it. And then sometimes we need a blood transfusion because we lost blood. We need that blood put back in. So it's the life in our body. All right. Verse 12. Therefore I say to the Israelite, none of you may eat blood, nor may any foreigner residing among you eat blood. Any Israelite or foreigner residing among you who hunts any animal or bird that may be eaten must drain out the blood and cover it with earth, because the life of every creature is in its blood. That is why I have said to the Israelites, you must not eat the blood of any creature, because the life of every creature is in the blood. Anyone who eats it must be cut off. Anyone, whether native born or foreigner, who eats anything found dead or torn by wild animals, must wash their clothes and bathe with water, and they will be ceremonially unclean till evening. Then they will be clean. But if they do not wash their clothes and bathe themselves, they will be held responsible. Okay? So the key thing here is God was saying here, and again, remember, this points to the New Testament, to Jesus and him shedding his blood. But here God is saying the blood is very important, and I don't want you degrading it, you might say, and cheapening the blood. Okay, so you're not to be eating the blood. You need to drain it out. It's a simple thing to drain the blood out of the animal before you eat it, and so it shouldn't happen like that you are eating a bloody mess. Okay, I want you to notice that nowadays, if you look around today, the cults and the false religion and Satanism, if they one key thing about them is they take the blood and do how would you say it? The way God prescribes you treat the blood is exactly the way they are not doing it. Okay, if you have a vampire story, it's not godly. Okay, there's never any vampire stories in the Bible. Okay, and what is like one of the most popular TV shows nowadays? It's vampire stories. In the books, vampire stories. Okay, exactly against what God has talked about here, about cheapening the blood and taking away from the power of God with that blood. Okay, and then and then they have that fantasy about like the sucking the blood and all that garbage, with that, because they're against God. All right, so that's something to keep in mind when you're watching something or reading something, and they get off on we gotta the blood, and not doing the way God prescribed it, and not creating it a value that God has created it, then it's ungodly. Okay, and watch, it is. Okay, we'll look carefully at it. And so that stuff we should be staying away from. All right. So that's it for today. The blood, the all importance of the blood, and how this points to the power of the blood of Jesus dying on the cross in the New Testament. Okay. So, hey, thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Leviticus. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.